everybody, welcome to an iSEE109 Korean lesson with Randi. Randi is off camera and I'm going to lead her through a bit of a review. All right. Now for you at home, what we're doing is we're going over the simple consonants, and Randi will tell us the English letter that the Korean consonant corresponds with. Okay. Then she will also pronounce the Korean character. That should be simple because the Korean pronunciation is very similar, if not the same, as the English pronunciation of that letter or character. A mnemonic. I'm going to ask Randi to tell us what she sees when she sees when she looks at these Korean characters. What comes to mind? Okay, what does she associate with what she sees? And then finally, the Korean name. The Korean name of each character is actually more of an advanced level lesson, but Randi can handle it. So if you at home are being introduced to this for the first time, don't worry about it. Don't stress. Okay, just know that you're in the right place learning Korean, because I'm giving you that extra bit of information. Okay, so let's focus on the simple consonants. So Randi, please, what English letter corresponds with the Korean character that you see? I have it written here for simplicity's sake for those of you at home as well. So Randi, tell us what English letter corresponds with this character.
G or K, N, D or T, R or L, M, B or P, S, N, G, J, C, H, K, T, P, H.
All right. So we've just completed the English letters. So those are the English letters that correspond with the Korean characters that you see here. And these are the simple consonants. All right, next, Randi is going to give us the pronunciation of each of these Korean characters. What do they sound like? All right, let's begin, shall we?
Yes. G or K, N, D or T, R or L, M, B or P, S, Jung or J, Ch, K, T, P, H.
Okay, so Randi just pronounced each of the characters, okay? The Korean characters. Randi, I'm going to ask you to do the pronunciation over again, because what you're doing is you're adding the A value or the A consonant after. So you're saying G, N, D. Just give me the G.
Okay, I got it.
N, D, R, M. So just the sound.
Okay.
So not G or K, but G or K.
Got it.
All right. So we're going to do this one more time. All right. Pronunciation. Randi, pronounce the Korean characters. Give us the sound that they make.
Okay. G or K, N, D or T, R or L, M, B or P, S, Jung, Ung,
Okay.
J, Ch, K, T, P, H, H.
Okay. Very good. For those of you at home, let me give you a little tidbit here. This letter is the S. Okay. If this character is at the front of the word, it's pronounced as an S, S. But if this character is at the end of the word, it's pronounced with a T, S or T. That's tip number one. Tip number two, from my experience, the Koreans will often say not S-I or C, but instead they would say she, she, okay? It's just how they pronounce that word. So she, okay? And again, at the end of the word, it would be a T. So those are two tips for you, all right? So it's not see-ut, but she-ut, okay? Oh, and then this letter here, it's a little funky, all right? There's either no sound, it produces no sound, or it produces ng, okay, the ng. Now, if you are reading this title, if you're reading the Korean name of this, okay, it's pronounced as Eung, Eung, but there's no letter E, right? This is not the vowel E. That's another lesson, but there is a value that is given E, okay? So in order to read this, in Korean, this character is written as the circle, which is no value, and the letter I. And the letter I is pronounced as E. This is a tip. This is an advanced lesson, so don't worry about this. I'm just explaining for those at home and for Randy as well. All right, so that's E, Ung. So this is how you write and how you read this particular Korean character. E-ung, E-ung. There it is. Don't worry about that, however. Just had to add it. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Next, a mnemonic value. So Randy, when you see these Korean characters, what do you see?
Okay, the number 7, the capital letter L, C, like a boxy C, a boxy 2, a square, an upside down A, an upside down Y, a circle, a table with a candle on top, a backwards capital F, the capital E, the Roman numeral 2, and someone wearing a hat.
Very good. All right. Perhaps you see the same things. Perhaps you see something different. I would happen to agree with you, Randy. These are the things that I see as well. Here's a note. Randy says this looks like a table. All right. This is one script, one way of writing the letter J. Okay. There are many other scripts and other ways. So in this particular picture or drawing or writing of the character, it looks like a table. Yes. But it could look slightly different.
Like a 7 or a Y, but that's later on.
Mm-hmm. And then this one with the line on the top, this little line is, like you said, a candle on the table. Yeah.
Right.
Or a hat. Okay. But anyway, yes. It's up to your interpretation. We're just sharing our interpretation with you all. Okay. All right. Finally, the Korean name associated with each character. Randy will read them. So let's follow along.
Giyak, Mian, Digan, Real, Miam, Biap, Shiat, Iang, Jiat, Chiat, Kiak, Tiat, Piap, Hia.
Okay. So basically that is the lesson. That's it, guys. Okay. And before we end, I want to give you a tip or just point out something. All right. This is Giuk. All right. And as you can see, it has the G as the beginning sound. G, G. And at the end, it has the K, because there are two sounds that this character produces, the G and the K. Giuk. Giuk. All right. Same thing. In and in. Ni-un. Ni-un. here? D. It says here D gun. Okay. And I was very specific about this. This is based upon how it's written in Korean, D gun. But with the T, let me, for transparency sake, I cross-reference this with a website, but I'm actually
D-gut?
Yeah, I'm actually,
I remember that, D-gut.
I'm questioning that website that I use, because D and T are the two sounds it produces, and the D is here. I think it should be a D-gut. So I guess I'm saying to you at home, cross-reference, this may be an error, okay? But for the sake of the source that I did use, it said D-gun. But with my expertise, little though it may be, I'm going out on a limb here, and I think it's D-gut. Okay, whatever. Leal. All right. So all I'm saying is, what is it? Not cross-reference, but fact check me on that one, okay? All right. Miyum, see, it's the M at the end. Miyum, same sound, okay? Here we have the B and the P. This character produces B and the P, so B up. All right, we have the B, the B and the P, beginning and the end. The name of this is she ut. So we have the S sound and the T sound. It produces the S sound if it's at the beginning of the word, and the T sound at the end. So si ut, but remember Koreans pronounce it as she ut. Okay? All right. Eung, ji ut, chi ut. Oh, same thing. All right. The NG sound is produced at the end. That's what I wanted to say. It's produced at the end. So that's why this E is here, because they chose a vowel to link with the character if it produces no sound. All right. So you're not actually, if it produces no sound, you're not actually saying E, but the name of this character is Young. All right. And maybe the E stands for empty. Maybe not. All right, Young, G ut. All right, this is similar. You have the J and the T. I believe that the T is produced at the end if this character is at the end. Don't quote me on that one. I think that's the case. Chiat, the same thing. Okay. I was trying to think of something, but never mind. All right, let's end this lesson quickly. Ki uk, T ut, P up, and he okay. All right, so that's it. That's the end of the lesson. Thanks for watching. iSEE109. Randy, this is your lesson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Window seat surfing on the wing. As an adolescent, I dreamed of big things. Climbed to the top of the mountain to see the scene. Petty wap don't want me to have anything. I'm the captain, no jet lag. Boeing jet swag. Floating to the sunset, keep the drinks coming back. She summoned me, gave me turbulence on the sink. Pretty fly to